Don't let the cuteness of Toast or Furret fool you. Today is a very serious day on the stream. We have in front of us our third ever match with Claire. We've once again reached our personal best in this challenge. I'm here for it, and this is the challenge to Nuzlocke all of Pokemon HeartGold with just one Furret. Last time we took on Claire, we were overwhelmed by the bulkiness and offensive capabilities of her Kingdra. I failed to abide by my own rule set and did not use any healing items during the battle. My rule set allows for me to use as many healing items as my opponent may use. Claire has access to a Hyper Potion and a Full Restore, which means that we have access to a Hyper Potion and a Full Restore in this fight. I plan on using those things, if I need to win today's battle. And that's why I'm confident that this will be the first time in 157 attempts that we will walk away with our 8th gym badge and put ourselves on the path to the Elite Four for the first time. The Elite Four is going to be our greatest challenge yet. But Claire isn't finished with us just yet. So today could be a day of glorious new beginnings, or we could once again slide into the hell that is the solo Furret Nuzlocke early game. I think we've had a better chance today than we've had yet because of my newfound resolve to use healing items if they are applicable. There's a lot of cat hair around me right now. My aura is too strong. Toast, I know you believe in me, but you're too hairy to be here right now. You need to be brushed, and now's not the time. And for it, it's time for you to take your nap elsewhere. All right. Did a little off-stream stuff. Just real quick, I went ahead and visited the Move the Leader already. Got rid of Surf for now, at least, and replaced it with Blizzard. I have both our other friends in the party right now, Egg the Togetic and Chrisma the Croconaw. Because for the first time since getting here, I'm realizing that I have been leaving experience on the table. Down here in Route 45. There are trainers along this route. There's multiple paths down this route. And we're gonna fight every trainer that we can find on these routes in preparation for Claire's gym. It's just that much more insurance that we're properly over-leveled and can deal as high of damage as we can potentially deal. I am not confident in Baby 157's attack stat. I don't think he has a particularly good attack stat compared to other attempts that we've gotten this far in. I'm judging that. I'm basing that judged on last stream. We were in a position where I was fighting Petrol, Rocket Admin Petrol, in Goldenrod Tower. He had a full team of 6, 1 wheezing and 5 coughings, all level 30. And I'm pretty certain that in the past we were one-shotting all of those Coughings with Headbutt. And this time around, we only one-shot 1 out of 5. Which says to me that this attack IV is probably lackluster. Which says to me that we need to prioritize getting all the experience that we can get. Now, I'm not going to grind on wild Pokemon. That's not what this attempt has been about. It's not fully against the rule set, obviously. I do it at certain points in the game. Early on, we grind to level 5 before taking on youngster Joey, basically getting us up to a level cap of sorts. And then later on, we grind up to level 15 so that we're actually evolved into a Furret before we take on Faulkner for our first gym badge. So I'm not opposed to grinding. We're not using rare candies. Explicitly not using rare candies. I am going to turn on some repels. For Furret, we use rare candies on Crocodile or Togetic because they're not part of the challenge. They're just our HM users. They don't participate in fights. But all that to say, I think we've been leaving a good chunk of experience on the table by not going down this route before. So I think this will give us, if even just a small edge, an edge going forward to Claire's Gym. Because I think we're going to need a little extra help to catch up to the kind of natural attack stat that past babies have had in this challenge, you know. Pick up all these items, why not? This route is reminding me of Pokemon Emerald Rogue. Okay, you don't want to fight me? I don't like that. I'm challenging you to a battle. A battle. Baby has been pretty good at hitting these blizzards in the 2 attempts that we've used them. We're not going to use Hyper Voice. It doesn't make sense. Our attack stat is better. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I should just be using Headbutt anyway. I'm being foolish. But one thing that's nice about this challenge is that at this point, no, Toast, I don't want you on the desk right now. I love you so much, but you're not invited over here. You're too hairy. You're shedding like crazy, dude. It's getting all in my eyes. Yeah. Sorry. We'll hang out later, Toast. I love you. Alright, Route 46. There's a guy to fight. And obviously there's a few trainers that we missed on the way here the first time, so we'll go back and take a stab at this again. Yeah, it looks like these trainers, I believe, are accessible when you get Surf, if you go through Dark Cave. So these are trainers that aren't even leveled to Blackthorn City, like, standards. Whereas the other ones aren't accessible until you get your 7 gym badges. So, yeah, there we go. So we're going to fly on back to Blackthorn and go down that route again. Any trainer we haven't fought is experience that is valid to us, you know? And I haven't looked up every single challenge. Oh, I just realized I didn't give the stream a new subtitle. My bad, y'all. I know you rely on me to give exemplary subtitles. Like this guy we still gotta fight. Yeah. What are your thoughts on raising Pokemon? I think I'm better at it than you. That's one thought. Here's another thought. I think that you're worse at it than I am. And those are 2 different thoughts somehow. Shishia. There was a guy this way. Yeah, this hiker here. But I do think that is everyone that I saw. But we'll go. We never really stuck all the way to the wall, so we'll try one more time to come south on the west side of the route there. It's so funny how I said we've been good at hitting these blizzards and then we missed like 3 in a row. So funny. Nice. Nice evolution line there, Michael. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so let's fly back. Danger zone. Wait, we're gonna hug the east side of, west side of the route here. We fought this, oh no we didn't. There we go. This Pokemon are power packed. Onyx. Pleasure doing business with you, Onyx. No. No thank you. But I believe from here we've probably fought everyone, but yeah. Cool. Well, that was good for a level. And we'll take every level we can get. I'm also going to go ahead and take us through Dark Cave here. Went ahead, did this off stream as well, taught Egg Flash. Sorry, Egg. We got both our HM users here. I don't think there are trainers in here. I came and did a little exploring off stream to see what kind of items were available, and I don't remember seeing trainers. Yeah, now we're back to the kind of beginning part of the whole thing. Hey, Dunsparce, you're cute. Maybe someday we'll do an only Dunsparce challenge. But this also is reminding me that there's probably trainers available to us in the Ruins of Alph if we go through Union Cave. I think that might be something worth checking out. This, I believe, just, yeah, comes out on Route 146, where we were at earlier. We might as well, yeah, try to fight these guys. Again, I think they're going to be leveled down to, like, yeah, a surfing level cap as opposed to a Blackthorn City level cap. So the experience won't be all that impressive, but every bit helps. And it is legal in my rule set to fight every trainer we see. It made me really angry to lose. Give me your phone number. No. I'm not gonna do that. I think we may have exhausted Rock Tunnel. It feels like we probably exhausted Rock Tunnel. I'm not gonna go searching that deep in, like, I'm not gonna look for the Karate Master and whatever Mount Mortar, because they're hard to find too. I think though Union Cave has some promising stuff. So does Slowpoke. I'm on Azalea. Let's do Azalea real quick. I think there's things that are accessible to us from here and possibly trainers. You're not Kurt. Who are you? Oh, yeah. Here, get the whole squad. Gang, gang. Cool. Thanks. Dead end. We got strength now. So, yeah, we can explore more of this tunnel. Let's see if there are any trainers that we can fight down here. I bet there is at least one little Pokemaniac something or some, you know. It's probably how you get like a King's Rock for Slowking or something. I feel like I remember that from something. Hey, yeah, this guy will fight. No? You're just gonna give me a King's Rock? Okay. Well, thank you. I'm not ungrateful. Rain Dance, I doubt that comes up, but you never know. I mean, it might be nice to have 100% accurate Thunders. Yeah, I don't know. I thought about fucking teaching Hail to make sure these blizzards hit, but then we'd be taking chip damage the whole time too, so... Alright, well that trip wasn't worth it, but I do think Ruins of Alph. I'm almost positive there's got to be at least a couple trainers through Union Cave and up into the Ruins of Alph. So let's do that now. I think it's down this way? It's something. Yeah, okay, we get to fight this guy. Nice, he's pretty strong. He's as strong as the Blackthorn City trainers. The Route 45 trainers. So that's cool. I knew there'd be a Pokemon Maniac in one of these here caves. Oh, here's another one. Yes, okay, great. Great. Yeah, dude, we're going to be at level 57 by the time we walk into that gym, at least. That's exciting stuff. Because there's all the trainers. We haven't fought any of the trainers yet. So technically we haven't tied our personal best yet. Because there's, you know, we fought a lot of trainers. Nice, we are getting experience at the wazoo. You ever heard of the wazoo? It fills a lot. It takes a lot. You can fit a lot of stuff in a wazoo. Wow, this EV hype beast here. Nice. Trainers galore. Yeah. See, I think that, like, in the past, I've just rushed into this. And I've just kind of taken for granted, you know, how challenging it's going to be at times. And how a lack of preparation... Oh, hi, Lapras. You're cutie. Look at you. I'm going to leave you be. I don't, you know, I don't have any use for you. Well, actually, I might need... Yeah, I do need a Waterfall Whirlpool user. Let's go catch this Lapras. I think he's only here on Fridays. Level 20... Surely you survive a blizzard. Yeah. Can't use any of those. Boom! Toast. I'm so sorry. You're not invited. You're here to do waterfalls and whirlpools. More like Whirlcool. Welcome to the Resistance! Oh my gosh, that's so cool. I for some reason I thought they were a Thursday Pokemon. Let's just put our money where our mouth is right now. Because Christmas moveset is full up. And there's Whirlpool. Nice. It'd be so funny if it could learn Whirlpool. Nice. Alright, we got our last HM friend. We're going to need those if we progress. We're down here anyway, and it's a cool guy. Might as well get a cool guy. Heal up a little. No reason not to... There we go. Alright. Ooh, what do we do to a Charmander? Or a Squirtle? These are challenges outside of my realm of expertise. I don't know how to fight these guys. Wow, that was scary. We'll save the ethers for... Yeah. Just like Toast. Toast does that too. Stays close to my feet. She likes to kind of trick me into stepping on her, so I have to pay attention to her. But I don't step on her. I'm an expert cat not stepper on her. Not to say it's never happened, but I'm good at not stepping on cats. I've lived with cats my whole life. Believe it or not. You believe that. I know you believe that. Alright, cool. So we did that. Yeah, we exhausted that room. We exhausted this avenue of Union Cave, but there's more yet. Because there is, up here, a path to the ruins of Alf. Well, what's down here, actually? I think there might even be more down this way. No. Yeah, I think this is structured a little differently than it is in Vanilla Gold. Game Boy Color Gold. Nice. Ooh, dude, if we could roll up into Claire's gym at level 58, if we could fight Claire at level 60, could make a significant difference. Significant. Get quick attacked. The fan art I'm gonna commission fan art. The art I'm gonna commission for myself after beating this challenge. I was thinking about it today, like a Furret with just like the souls of all the other Furrets, like what the hell? Gazing around restlessly. What's in here? I don't need any more unknown, actually. Yeah, I'm confident I want to quit. We did unknown accomplished, you know what I mean? Like, I'm looking to battle trainers I have not had access to in the past. Damn, I know there's like a way to get over there. Okay. Okay. Wait, what's the point? No, what's the point of being over here? Is there a hidden item? Do I have an item finder? Whatever. Egg. Take us back to Union Cave. I ain't done. I ain't done exploring this. I saw a trainer. We fight every trainer we see. I gotta get to him. Onyx. Oh wait, we should heal for sure. I'm friggin' out of headbutt PP and blizzard PP. Oh, we got mommy gifts. Mommy gifts. Hyper potion. We need that. Choice scarf. Choice scarf is for speed. Choice band, let me know. Choice specs, also let me know. But choice band, even more. Alright, mommy, we'll find more money for you. Got the hyper potion. Let's buy a bunch of max repels. Ooh, we got plenty of cheddar cheese to do such a thing. Do you have anything worth having? No. Heal, heal, heal. Poke Center, Poke Center. Let's do this. Some interesting choices with the scarf there. I'd love to get some leftovers would be huge. I don't know. Sorry for the hiatus, by the way. I haven't addressed that yet. I posted, but it was just the busiest time of year for one of my two jobs, the more important of my two jobs. It's just the busiest time of year by a lot, and it's over. So mission accomplished. But it just took up a lot of time and sleep. I did not get any fucking sleep for like a week. Still catching up on sleep, honestly. But yeah, all that to say, like, won't happen again. I'll be sure to like be more practical with myself about what I'm capable of doing while I have this busy season, because it's an annual thing. So not something we have to worry about for a while, but when something like that comes up in the future, I'll do a better job of like just announcing ahead of time, like, hey, streams are going to be off for... I didn't expect it to be 2 whole weeks. I cannot believe I haven't streamed in 2 weeks. That means I missed 3 streams, which bums me out. But, oh, it's a normal type, you idiot. Not you, baby. I'm the idiot. But it's all good. Psychic Nathan defeated. Is this another... Yeah, it is. Well, I think then we did it. Like, I think that's it. I guess we might as well solve this. Why not? I have actually never done the, this puzzle. I've only ever done... But this puzzle seems, quite frankly, significantly easier than the puzzle I grew up having to do. That looks not right. That looks closer. Oh, it goes up there. Or no, wait, it goes down here. People watching me do puzzles in real time, that is kind of a nightmare. It's right to me. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, these are feet. Okay. We gotta swap them around. Feet, feet. Okay. All this looks right to me. It's probably these two. No? Oh no, I am dumb. You're dumb. Oh no, I am dumb. What am I doing wrong here? Huh? What do I got wrong? I'm looking up the solution. I don't care. Heart, gold, ho-oh, puzzle, solve. I mean... Oh, okay. These two are switched. Works for me. Whoa, what? Come on. No, I was right the first time. What do I got wrong here? This was gonna be a little jaunt in the woods, right? This is just gonna be a little quick ol' let's have some fun doing a little puzzle. There we go. I think we finally did it. Boom, hey. Nice. Alright. Well, I think we've exhausted all those trainers. So, Monitor, come on. Work. Yay. What are we at? 58? 57. I swear we could find one more trainer. But I don't know where. There was a path we haven't... No, we took it. I think we used Union Cave up. I think it's done. Goldenrod's done. Ecritique? Is there... Gotta reset for the black screen glitch. Okay. We have our rainbow wing now. I just made the decision that I've gotta look at a walkthrough before I tackle this. I need to make sure that I'm not putting myself in a situation. Looks like there might be guys to fight in the burned tower, so we'll look at that. Fight Silver, exploring the ruins, go up north, the ladder, fire breathe Ned, move westward along the few remaining floorboards, fight fire breather Richard. So we'll go into the burnt tower. We already kind of, I think maybe we already did this. Baobab, we did that. Moo Farm. No, okay, this is not what we need to know. The path to Ho-Oh, right? Okay. 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 So after getting the 8th gym badge, you have to fight all those Kimono girls. And then... and then they give you the clear bell. Okay, so we can't access anything yet. And it sounds like we already fought the guys in the burn tower, but I'm gonna look again. Just for the sake of looking. No, it doesn't look like we fought this guy. So we'll fight these guys. Yeah. Won't be good for too much experience, but they might push us to level 58, for which I would be grateful. That Growlithe is so intimidating. Yeah, I think we'll come out of here at level 58. Which is a good deal better than what we went in last time. If I'm not mistaken, we can pull up last time. Looks like day 18 here. Even the last time we saw Claire. Yeah, we were only level 56 the last time we fought Claire. And that's after all the experience in her gym as well. So 58, we're going to hit 58, like, as a certainty. 59 is even possible. Oh, wow, just a sliver. Coughing your butt. Alright. We might as well see what's accessible to us down here. Now that we have strength and rock smash and whatnot. Crocona, Chrisma, Taunt. I could see it coming up. I could. That's just a way of getting. That's annoying. Burn Tower, almost 58. Is there anything left? I mean, Mount Mortar is underexplored, and we have every HM now. There's nothing to be done, like Olivine. Whirl Islands, I cannot imagine there are trainers in there. I don't even know if we can use Whirlpool yet without the 8th gym badge, but we might as well check while we're exploring. I swear I had a repel on. Okay. Nice. We can use it. Now, like I said, I kind of have a hard time believing that there are going to be trainers in here, but I guess there's no reason not to check. Rare candy is useless to us. I mean, I wonder how many rare candies I've obtained legally. That's kind of, I guess, the risk to programming them in, because I don't have anything in my rule set about not using rare candies that I find organically, but I don't know. It's a little too late, maybe. Wow, man, there's a lot of stuff to explore down here. I know the real deal with Whirlpool Islands, obviously, is that, you know, Lugia's down here. We're obviously not looking for Lugia. We have no reason to. We got every HM covered, but Rock Climb at this point. I wonder if Lapras can learn that. I highly doubt it. Okay. Yeah, it really doesn't seem like there are trainers down here. I think that instinct was correct. So that just leaves Mount Mortar. Magmortar. And I think with Waterfall might be the thing we can't use yet. But again, we have access to pretty much every HM. We might as well run in here. I've said so many times I'm not looking for the karate like master or whatever, but a little bit I'm at this point where I'm like, you know what? I am. Sue me. I want every lick of experience I can get. I'm not gonna like, you know. Okay, Rock Climb. We don't have Rock Climb. I wonder if Rock Climb isn't something. Who are you? Okay. What's up here? Yeah, Rock Climb might be the thing keeping us at bay. Where do you get Rock Climb? Once you get all 16 badges? That's crazy. What is this? Alright. No Rock Climb. I may be thwarted here. This may just be a place that I can't explore adequately. Yeah, seems to be the case. Alright. No more stalling. It's time to go. Blackthorn City. I don't know what I'm doing. What do you sell now? Just regular ass stuff. Alright, egg. Alright. I got Silk Scarf on. That's something. What else do we have? King's Rock to increase flinch chance. I'm just gonna try it. these trainers. Now, one question is, do we have a full restore? I feel like... No, we don't. So I think Max Potion is the next applicable thing. Full restores HeartGold before 8th gym. Route 23 sounds to me like a, yeah, Kanto. Wait a second. Well, we've got a Max Potion. Back in the Dragon's Den. $58. This should be good for a little more than 500 experience. There we go. Let it rip. Hit. Scared as hell of this Kingdra. I'm also scared as hell of paralysis. Let it rip. Hit. Keep that up, baby. Keep that up, please. More mommy items. What do we got? Berries. Cool. Oh my god. I don't know what to do. I'm scared. Can we even learn the weather moves? No. I mean, if we get rid of quick attack, that's it. I mean, I have to go find a heart skill to get it back. But I guess we do have access to that guy now. Where are heart scales? Smashing rocks and sandwood. Route 32. Is Route 32 Johto? It's Johto. Violet City and Union Cave. Okay. So we can definitely find a heart scale. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. And we're using healing items. I got the King's Rock on. That's like... I think accounting for these paralysis is the smarter move. There's two Dragonairs that both want to paralyze us. Fuck, I'm nervous. All right. Yes, dude. Okay. Don't miss. I think that's all I have in me today. That was a really brutal critical hit. We had every ounce of experience we could possibly have on us. Like... I'm gonna run it back real quick and see what his Silk Scarf looks like for the damage boost. Hit that. Yeah. Immediately starts missing stuff once we're equipped differently. Hit that. Yeah, and it's gonna paralyze. Yeah. I mean, that's just how this RNG is. You know? Get up to 59, and time for the Kingdra to come out. This is when a full restore would be helpful, but instead I'm gonna use a max potion. And a paralysis heal. It hits every fucking hydro pump. Yeah, and that's not enough damage at all either. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. The thing is, I can't sit here and say this isn't possible. Because after we lost the last one, I ran it back and we won. We won without healing items. You know? Let's see what the King's Rock looks like. This is all hypothetical if you're tuning in now. That's good. Hit that again. It almost feels like it's all neutral anyway, but it's not stab and we have a word. But what does a thunder look like? What does it look like when we hit a thunder? Not much different than a headbutt. So you go for these double flinches. You get a free turn if they use that. Hyper Beam's gonna mess us up. They get a recharge. Yeah, I mean, look, right? It's possible. We didn't even flinch. I mean, the King's Rock didn't even come up. It's possible. It just wasn't 157. I don't like doing the beginning of this game on stream. I like to get us past Professor Elm's chore and all that. It's just long. It's just a lot. So I'm gonna do that some other time. I'll go ahead and just character create real quick. To start, attempt 158. Yeah. So, how about this? Been kind of wanting to redo. I've been wanting to test out I need to practice Pokemon Quiz. So let's see here. Let's do some Pokemon quizzing. Yeah, let's just do the full quiz. I don't want that. Dex order is what we do. Everything else is made up. So yeah, I just, you know, want to be on stream a little longer, I guess. I'm not done streaming. I just don't have the Furret early game in me right at this moment. And I don't think, if I'm not mistaken, oh yeah, no, we are, if I'm not mistaken, we are firmly not on a run in Emerald Crest. No, definitely not. Definitely not. Yeah. 79, attempt 79 went down, which was like a really lucky attempt in a lot of ways, encounter-wise, and, you know, just... Let's do a little happier music. Do some Wind Waker. Alright, but yeah. Let's see how fast I can do this. Start the clock. Bulbasaur. It's always the same exact order for the starters. Fire... Sorry, grass, fire, water. Has not changed in 9 generations. What comes first after the starter varies. In this first generation, it's Caterpie. The bugs, I think maybe in a way to kind of honor Ash. Then it's the early bird, Pidgey. It's going to take Pidgeot first, but we know Pidgeotto comes first. Oh, it wants us in... Oh, okay, great. It's not going to do that. Awesome. Rattata. Raticate only has the 1 T. Spearow. Fearow. And now this is kind of the curveball, I feel like, in the early decks, is Ekans. It's weird that Ekans comes that early. It's also weird that Ekans comes before Pikachu, who you can find before Ekans in the woods, where you find all those bugs. But, you know... Nidoran female, rather, comes first. Nidorina, Nido queen. Because ladies first. Then Nidoran male. Nidorino, Nido king. Clefairy and Clefable come in at 35 and 36. Sandwiched. There's a little fairy sandwich here with Ninetales Vulpix stuffing, because here comes Jigglypuff and Wigglytuff. Pokemon number 41 here is Zubat, Golbat. 42, Meaning of Life. Oddish line comes next. Kind of interrupts a bunch of 2-stage evolutions. There's weird placement in certain things in this early game. Like you think there's like patterns that start to come up, and there are here and there, but there's also a lot of like exceptions to the rule when you start seeing those patterns, and it very quickly kind of just gets away from you. But here we get into... Oh, Primeape. Just forgot to type Primeape. I obviously know that Primeape is after Mankey. Poliwag comes next. Poliwhirl. Poliwrath. Abra. Kadabra. Alakazam and their counterparts, Machop, their fighting counterparts, Machoke, Machamp. Bellsprout, Pokemon number 69, don't ask me how I know. Weepin' Bell, Victory Bell only has 1 L at the end of it, because they couldn't fit 2 in the original game. Break this up with a Tentacruel action, and then back into a 3-stage with the Geodude, Graveler, Golem. Ponyta and Rapidash. Next, Slowpoke, kind of the opposite of Ponyta and Rapidash. Slowpoke, Slowbro. Magnemite, Magneton, Farfetch'd, Doduo, Dodrio, then Seal, Dugong, Grimer, Muck, Shelder, number 90 here, Cloyster. Goes right into his little look-alike, Ghastly, Haunter, Gengar, Onix interrupts this creep fest of Drowsy and Hypno, Krabby, Kingler lead us into Pokemon number 100, Voltorb. For the longest time, I grew up just maintaining certain ones. Like, I could tell you 1 through 9 because I knew what order they were in. I couldn't tell you, like, 4 is Charmander, like, immediately. But if you said, what's Pokemon number 4, I could be like, well, it's Charmander. I always knew Pikachu was number 25. For some reason, that just always stuck. And I always knew Voltorb was number 100. And obviously, Mewtwo 150. Mew 151. Chikorita. There were always ones I could infer, but the ones that always just stuck in my head. 25, 100. We got Electrode there. Execute comes next. And Executor. Cubone. Marowak. Alolan friends right there. Executor and Marowak. Then we go from Marowak into Hitmonlee. Hitmonlee comes first because Bruce Lee is better than Jackie Chan. Lickitung next. Then that makes you cough and wheeze. Rhyhorn's Pokemon number 111 there, followed by Rhydon. And then, in a little kind of weird one, Chansey comes before Tangela. I don't know why that sticks out to me as being kind of strange. I really don't, but it's the truth. Goldeen. We got kind of the Misty train here with Horsey into Goldeen into Staryu line. Staryu just said Staryu, Starmie. Then we venture into these like one stage Juggernaut types. The kind of like unobtainables. It's kind of how I think of them, of the Kanto Pokedex. And then here's our friend Gyarados, the most attainable. Eevee. Now, an easy way to remember the order that these go in is that they reflect the legendary birds. Articuno, so ice, water, whatever. Articuno, 1. Zapdos, 2. Jolteon. And Moltres, 3. Fire, Flareon. Same order. They like to kind of, they have like a hierarchy of typings that they usually follow. They don't always follow. But like grass, fire, water, obviously for the starter. And then they have little things like this, like the birds matching the... It doesn't pan out in Legendary Dogs that way. Legendary Dogs go Raikou, Entei, Suicune. They go kind of from least to most important, which is not the same relationship that the games have to the legendary birds. Like Suicune is just kind of like pedestaled over the other two dogs, and none of the birds got that treatment. The Eevees are followed up by Porygon, who leads us from the future to the past. Omastar, Kabuto, Kabutops, Aerodactyl, Snorlax caps us out here and leads us into the legendary birds. Dratini, Dragonair, Dragonite, Mewtwo, Mew. And that's Gen 1. Easy. Chikorita, Bayleaf, Meganium. Enjoying some much-deserved time in the sun right now with Pokemon Legends EA. I am not playing yet. I'm not too worried about, like, spoilers or anything, so if you want to talk about it, feel free. I just won't have anything to say about it for Alligator. And then here they are. Sentret, Furret, 162. What's interesting about Johto early decks is that it's a lot of like 2 stages, and they are, you know, you've got your kind of like pseudo Raticate, you've got Noctowl as a 2-stage replacement for Pidgeot, kinda. Ladian is a 2-stage replacement for Butterfree. Ariados is a 2-stage replacement for Beedrill, and I don't know why they insisted on staying 2 stages for all those lines instead of fully fleshing them out, but I'd love to see any of those 3 Pokemon evolve someday. let alone Furret. I don't know if I want to see Furret evolve or Mega Evolve, or if I just want them to leave him alone, regional variant, I don't know. Crobat breaks this up. And then Chinchou and Lantern are so early in the Pokedex, like, compared to their accessibility in the games, in my opinion. But we go into the babies. And Togetic takes us out of the babies into Natu Zatu. Mareep is next. Fluffy, Ampharos. Ampharos is capped off by Blossom, who leads us into the Cutie, Booty, Peekaboo, Marill, and Azumarill. Marill and Azumarill lead us to Pseudo Wudo. He's sandwiched in between water types with Politoed here. Poor thing. Hoppip, Skiploom, Jumpluff. Next. And then we got Apom swinging out of there onto the Sunkern Sunflora. And then Yanma flies into the swamp where Wooper and Quagsire are. Espeon is basking in the sun. Umbreon is basking in the moon with the Murkrow and the Slowking. And Mischievous is Pokemon number 200, followed by Unknown, followed by Wobbuffet, and then Girafarig caps off this little Psychic Fest. Psychic Dark Ghost little timeline that goes on there for a while. And we got Pineco, kind of the opposite of that. Fortress and Dunsparce. Dunsparce is followed by Gligar, and then Steelix caps off our kind of cave dwellers there. Snubble, he's got to go somewhere. Granbull, same deal, and Quillfish also got to go somewhere. Their placement is very strange to me. They kind of thematically have nothing to do with the Pokemon surrounding them. But here we got a little line of badass bugs with Scizor, Shuckle, and Heracross. And then kind of the opposite of Heracross, we got Sneasel right there. Sneasel is keeping Teddy Ursa company, Ursaring. And then we got Slugma and Magcargo. Kind of the opposite of that, Swinub, Piloswine. Now we're going to the sea, Corsola, Remoraid, Octillery. Then it gets a little chilly, Jellybird's hair, but we're still in the sea, Mantine. And now we're flying away. Houndoom, Kingdra is 230 here, Phanpy. We've got these like two-stage evolutions sandwiching some cool Gen 2, Gen 1 evolutions there. Stantler's 234, Smeargle follows. And we get into Baby Town. Tyrogue starts. So him on top kind of interrupts it, but then we got Smoochum, Elekid, and Magby reflecting their dex order of the evolutions in the Kanto decks. Babies need milk. Builte comes out, and they need nursing. And so those two kind of cap it off and keep the babies company. Suicune, the legendary trio coming before the pseudo-legendary, just like in Kanto. And 249 here is Lugia, then Ho-Oh, then we round it out with Celebi, our mythical. That's Gen 1 and 2. Gens 1 and 2, index order. Here we go. Gen 3 starts with Trico, of course. Grovyle, Sceptile. It's always the same. If you know one starter dex order from any generation, you know them from every generation, as long as you can remember Drizzyle's name. I'm not saying Drizzyle's here, but I'm saying you gotta remember Drizzile. You gotta remember all the starters. Interesting first choice, leading out from the starters. It's Poochyena leads the call. Mightyena, and then you get your Zigzagoon and your Linoon. And we go right into our buggies. Wurmple, Silcoon first, Beautifly, and then Cascoon, Dustox. Then we go straight into these kind of like creatures of their own, you know, these 3-stage stone evolutions. They're kinda Vileplume, Victory Bell, kinda like, but they're really their own thing. I think that what Gen 3 really gave us, that Gen 2 I feel like really neglected to do. Gen 2 gave us Steel and Dark. That's huge. We needed those. We needed to balance out Psychic, and we needed something to stand up against dragons. Huge. But when it came to the actual typing of the Pokemon, we have all monotype starters. We have no new, like, bug pairings as far as I'm seeing. It's just flying and poison still. We've got Water, Electric, and Lantern. That's awesome. But then just normal flying. Psychic flying, kind of fun for Natuzatu. Not really, you know, revolutionary. Flying grass, quad weakness to ice, and jump bluff. It's fun, it's new, but it's not that exciting. Water ground, Quagsire, that was a revelation. That was a fun time. Ground flying, they did some things. Steel bug, they did some things to push it forward. Bug fighting, bug rock, but they didn't take chances in a lot of other things. There's no, besides Kingdra Water Dragon, there's no new water combos. Wow, there's, you know, Rock Fire is a new fire combo. It's trash. That's like the one new fire typing combo from Gen 2. Gen 3 starts to experiment a little more in a way that I think is really cool. The namesake, Nuzleaf. Then we go into our early birds. Not Wingle, fucking Talo is his name. I knew that. Wingle's right after. I'm half paying attention, half talking about my narrative. Ralts, Kirlia, Gardevoir, Surskit, one of the most popular Pokemon, followed by one of the most forgettable line in the whole series. We go right into Shroomish and Breloom, Pokemon 286. You might know that one now, thanks to Luigi. Slack off, Vigoroth, Slowking, Nincada, Ninjask, Shedinja, Whismur, Loudred, Exploud. One thing I appreciate about the Gen 3 Pokedex is that it's a lot more, the order of it is a lot more like kind of encounter based. Like it really goes from like, well, first you have your starters, and then you have these early route Pokemon, and then you have these early bird Pokemon, and then you have like the rare early Pokemon like Ralts and Surskit, and then you have your forest Pokemon, Shroomish, Slackoff, Nincada, in the route leading up to the tunnel, Whismur, blah blah blah. It all kind of makes sense, and then Makuhita means that we're on Dewford now, and that leads us into Dewford Cave, but not before, for some reason, we have Azurill breaking it all up. This goes right into Sableye and Mawile, who are kind of a pair of their own, and then we got the Steel Rock line here, Meditite, Medicham, and now we're off of Dewford. Come on. And doing the Manectric Electrike line. Plusle and Minun. You see, this is the bridge, like cycling a road. This is all the Pokemon accessible under that. And then in the route to the west, leading to Verdant Turf. Gulpin, Swalot. And then we get these two-stage surfing Pokemon, which aren't really accessible yet, but maybe they are with like a rod, and I just don't know. That part used to trip me up for some reason. I couldn't remember who came first, Spinda or Spoink, and now I know. Your desert Pokemon. See, it's a lot more based on the order that you find them in the game. It's not one for one. It's not perfect, but there's more of a logic to it than there have been in the past. You got a lot of your like duos there. Barboach, Whiscash, Corphish, Crawdaunt. Ball Toy is first, and then Clay Doll. And then we're into the fossils. Not Anorith, it's fucking Lilith first, and I knew that. I really do know that. I'm just half paying attention. Feebas, Milotic, Cast Form, Kecleon, Shuppet. If I don't talk to you, I get it perfect. See, I know what I'm doing. Alright, Snorunt, Glalie, Spheal, Celio, Walrein. Another weird thing that comes up is that they'll do, like, there will be consistencies in the way they spell certain things for certain puns, and then they'll just change it. Like Celio being S-E-A, it has C-Leo, instead of, like, just being Seal, S-E-E-L, I don't know. It's just something weird. Clamperl. Huntail is first, and then Gorbis. Then we come out of that into Luvdisc. No, fucking it's Relicanth. It's Relicanth and then Luvdisc. That's my first genuine mistake. And I know the order of these things, but this is why we're practicing. This is why we practice. It goes into the Stone Age, the Ice Age, and the Bronze Age, Steel Age. Latios, ladies first, Latios. And right into, it's actually Kyogre first. Groudon, Ray, Quasar, Jirachi, Deoxys, and that's Gen 3. I'm still having fun. We gotta practice. I might as well do it on stream. Again, the starters just have a pretty consistent logic to them. Give me one moment. Alright, back to it. This is the first time where Starly, the bird, comes first. Excuse me. Alright, and then this is an interesting one. I think it's the only time ever where a pre-evolution and an evolution were added in the same generation and stuck next to each other like that, which I find really interesting. And it's the earliest in a generation that we ever get fossil Pokemon. Right into these buggies. And then everyone's favorite squirrel, leading into everyone's favorite otter. Interrupted by Pokemon number 420, Cherubi. Don't ask me how I know. And then Shellos, kind of the opposite of Cherim. Gastrodon here. Ambipom is waiting on the other side of the sea. Drifblim, Drifloon, not in that order. Bunnery, Lopunny, yes, in that order. Miss Magius is serving the Sea Slur right next to all my Honchkrow. Glameow. Purugly. These bad guys, Purugly, are surrounding this little baby Chingling. Stunky. It's like a bunch of Team Galactic Pokemon, and they're holding the baby captive. It's sad. Bronzor, kind of the opposite of Stunky. Bronzong. Bonsly. Mime Jr. Happiny, a little baby train into cutie little Chatot. Spiritomb. We get some Cynthia Pokemon here. Munchlax is waiting on the other side of that, but then right after is Riolu, Lucario. Hippo Potos. Hippowdon. Skorupi, a little desert run here. Drapion. Krogunk. Toxicroak. Carnivine. Not Granivine. Carnivine. Finneon. Luminion. We're into the sea a little bit, Mantike, but then it gets chilly, Snover, Obama Snow. And then we got a bunch of new evolutions to old Pokemon in a row. Like a whole parade of them. And it's weird which ones they choose to put here and which ones they choose to include. When my mouth is full, I become Medea. When they choose to include earlier ones, like Budu, Roserade, there's a baby Pokemon attached. Maybe that's something to consider. But then, like, Ambipom is just kind of shoved in there. Miss Magius and Honchkrow, they're next to each other, but also both kind of just shoved in there. But this is the big, most consistent train. Now, it's all in Pokedex order, except for Weavile. Weavile, they just wanted to keep him next to the ice Pokemon, I guess. But from here on out, this is just a parade of evolutions in corresponding, right here, yeah, in a corresponding dex order to their Electivire previous count. Mortar. Togekiss, Yon Mega. Except this is the weird one. Leafeon, they choose to put Leafeon and Glaceon in their corresponding dex order to Umbreon, Espeon. Like, you know, obviously if they came after Eevee, they'd be before Togekiss, but instead they come after Espeon, Umbreon. Whatever. That's the one weird one. Gliscor, Mamoswine, Porygon Z. That's the other one, Porygon Z, off of Porygon 2 instead of off of Porygon. Then we got 4 Hoenns. Glade, Probopass. This one, Dusk Noir, Frostlass. And that's the whole parade of evolutions. Goes Uxie, Mesprit, Self. And we go Dialga, Palkia. But that's interrupted. You don't get straight into Giratina. It's interrupted by Heatran, then Reggie, Gigas, and then we got Giratina waiting there. Cresselia keeps him company, leads us into Fion, Manaphy. And then we cap it off Darkrai, Shaymin, and Arceus, and that is Gen 4. Gen 5, just in case you want to make sure I'm not cheating. Here's my other monitor. It's just the same thing you're seeing. So, this is the one generation in all of Pokemon that does not start with a starter. Victini first. And then we get into our little cuties. Black and White marked the first games I ever didn't choose to start with a water starter. I did for my first playthrough. But yeah, I was Totodile first, then I was Mudkip, had to skip Gen 4, Gen 5, I looked at Oshawott, and I said, no, thank you, and picked Snivy for that very first run. Now, this is the first, besides Sentret, the first generation where they lead with the normal 2-stage, which I think is interesting. Lillipup. I wish they did more normal 3-stage. I wish there were more like pseudo Stoutlands. Like here's one. Politoed is T-O-E-D for some reason. But then in Seismitoad, Palpitoad, they spell it right. Just kind of for no apparent reason. You see how I don't make any mistakes when I'm not talking? That was a pretty commanding run. I love Jellicent. I think it's one of the funniest designs. Most fun designs they ever did. King, Queen, Ghost Jellyfish? What? It's awesome. Elgym first. Usually L is like elder in a lot of this logic. I'm not remembering specific examples, but I feel like there's at least one or two. Eldegoss over Gossifleur. But Elgym is the baby. Behem is the evolved one. I'm not sure what the logic is there. It's Litwick, then Axew. There I am, talking again. I'm ruining it. I knew one of those letters was twice. Golett first. Golurk. Pawniard. You got kind of like a 3 in a row, like statue types, basically, with Dredagon, Gargoyle. Golurk is kind of a Automatani statue. Bisharp here, also kind of a statue. And then Bouffallant leads us into these birds. These heavily late stage late evolving birds. Heatmore, Durant, Dano. And then this is interesting for the pseudo to come before a lot of the legendaries in and of itself is already kind of like noteworthy and strange. I mean, it's even weirder in Sinnoh because they have Garchomp like right in the middle of the whole Sinnoh decks. But, you know, up until that point, I guess whatever, I'm wrong. But I find this noteworthy. After the pseudo, we still got one line. It's very kind of like important Pokemon when they added it. Volcarona, it's just really good. It's got a great moveset and a really interesting, unique typing up to that point. But then we get into our legendaries here. The first of which is, Cobalion, Terrakion, Parisian, Tornadus, Thundurus come first. Then we get our cover legendaries, Reshiram, Zekrom, then Lando interrupts before Kyurem. Just a kind of a weird back and forth between those two trios. But we have 3 Pokemon left, and they are Keldeo, Meloetta, and Genesect. Kalos, this is kind of fast mode. Oh, come on. Okay, breaking up the fairies. Pineapple, Barbaracle, both new Mega Evolution Havers. Very small Pokedex. Our Halloween Pokemon. And there is not an easier like line of legendaries and mythicals to remember in the entire run. XYZ, DHV, they're both in, as long as you remember which mythicals are Kalos. There's 3, Diancie, Hoopa, Volcanion. Both pairs are in alphabetical order. So Alola, here we go. I'm sick of looking like I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm going to kind of go beast mode and stop talking and stop making mistakes. Okay, I don't know what I was spelling wrong there. That pisses me off. It's stupider. I would count myself as having made 2 sincere mistakes, and that was the first one. The second one. The first one was Relicanth Love Disc, even though I know those 2. Gen 7. One small mistake. 2 biter. Gen 8. Said you had to remember Drizzile. Floor, Eldegoss, the elder of the goss. Phalanx, then Pincurchin. I get those mixed up. It's time to squat up, then pin down. I fucked those up. That's genuine mistake number 3. Pincurchin. Gen 8. 1 mistake, Gen 7, 1 mistake, Gen 8, 1 mistake, Gen 3. Any other mistakes that happen, or just like not typing an evolution line in or something like that, just being in a hurry and my fingers and my brain not communicating. I'm not worried about those. I'm worried about order issues, memory issues. We've got 3 mistakes on the board. I don't like that. Obviously, I can correct my mistakes. I can spot my mistakes. I know my trouble areas. Phalanx Pincurchin. That really bums me out. That bothers me. Don't like seeing that. Don't like seeing that at all. Especially because Phalanx I should know. Phalanx I should know. It's 870. Alright. Gen 9. Oh, damn. LeChonk. I hear Scovillain's getting a Mega Evolution. DLC Mega Evolution leaks. I see we're getting a few Mega Paldean potentially, but for whatever reason, Scovillain stood out to me. Back to going in. These aren't in any kind of like order. They're all over the map as far as like dex order. The only thing that's consistent between the past Paradox and the future Paradox is that they both start with their Dawn fans, Great Tusk, Iron Treads respectively, and that the fourth, there's 6 in both pairs of those initial ones, like the not like later on you have like Roaring Moon and Iron Valiant, and then they even later Walking Wake and all those guys. But the initial 6, they both start with their Dawn fans, Great Tusk, Iron Treads, and then the fifth one, the 5th of the 6, is their Volcarona, Slitherwing. Everything else is kind of You just kind of have to figure it out. No. This is another one that's weird. For whatever reason, Sinistra is the evolved, Polcha is the non-evolved, whereas Sinistee is the unevolved, and Polti is the evolved. I don't know why they chose to mix that up. I don't know if it was on purpose or what, but I find it a little strange, but yeah, no. Sinistra, I love it. Mistake in Gen 9. So one mistake Gen 8, one mistake Gen 7, one mistake Gen 3. Everything else I can chalk up to attention span issues, but that was good. We got through it. Took an hour? Did it really? Or is that the timer counting down? I've been streaming 2 hours. I mean, yeah, took about an hour. Yeah, about an hour of not really paying attention and kind of getting up and doing stuff and talking and stuff. Okay, I need to get my time down. I used to be able to do this in less time. I used to be able to do it closer to like 40, 45 minutes. So I need to get my time down. I've been focusing more on the actual numbers than on the order, and I need the order to support the knowledge of the numbers. But that's it for today. I'm really bummed. I'm gonna, once I end the stream here, I'm gonna set up for us to start attempt 158 next Friday morning. Get through some early game stuff. If I find time for like a surprise stream, I might try to do that. Just to see if we can't get ourselves past Azalea Town, since that can be such a slog. There's a lot of luck in that early stuff. Not gonna lie, it would be cool if we could win attempt 162, but I have a very, 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 very hard time believing that I'm not gonna lose to the Elite Four ever. But I'm sad. I'm sad. I'm bummed out. I really thought we had her this time. I really did. Really thought I could get through. But better luck next time. I really do think that Baby 157 had a particularly bad attack IV. I wish I had a way of checking that, like, before running stuff. I might need to kind of look into what I can do to, like, check those IVs earlier on in the game. Can just be difficult when the ranges are so much smaller. You know, it's like a difference between like 1 point if you're under IV 20, like 7 over IV 20, it's 8, whereas like later in the game it becomes a little easier to tell. But I'm sad. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm here for it. I want to grow this channel. If you subscribe, I might give this to you once I have 500 subscribers, or I might give this to you once I have 500 subscribers, and I'm gonna grab a few more things as we get closer. Once I hit 100, I'll buy another thing to add to the giveaway pile, and different people are getting each item. So you might get a little, you know, $6 value blister. That might be all that is coming to you. Or you could get this, you know, I think like at this point probably like $60 value ETB. And then, you know, I'll add more stuff, and each person will win something else. Not one person is going to win all of the things. So that there's even more incentive to just hit the subscribe button. Hit like on any video you watch of mine. I really appreciate that. And, yeah, keep